Rich individuals leave port in luxury yachts, while those of us with modest earnings might take the canoe out on the weekends. While some of us snuggle with our Labrador retrievers, others collect exotic pets such as lions and tigers. Yes, the affluent have different lifestyles than the rest of us. Here are some of the many thrilling activities enjoyed by the wealthy, ranging from climbing into Everest to hunting animals in Africa. Driving a race car. If you enjoy speeding around a track and have a daring side, high-performance race vehicle driving can be a lot of fun. But don't get carried away. According to NASCAR Racing Experience, 3 8-minute driving sessions can cost up to $950. Yachting. If you can afford to sail aboard a boat, you don't need to go on a cruise with strangers. You don't need to know how to sail to go out on the open sea because most larger boats come with a captain and crew. Unfortunately, you will need a substantial bank account to participate in this activity. According to the richest, renting one might cost $5,000 per day. A 170-foot yacht can cost as much as $50 million to buy outright, according to Forbes. However, some luxury yachts, believe it or not, cost much more. Polo. Polo is a team sport played on horseback that the royals enjoy. It's no surprise, then, that it's a costly hobby. Full membership in the Detroit Polo Club, for example, costs $3,000 per year. According to the Boston Globe, the cost of a horse can be as high as $250,000 for a polo pony. Dancing in ballrooms. Taking a few ballroom dance lessons here and there won't break the wallet. According to Cost Helper, if you make ballroom dancing a serious passion and start competing, the cost of competition fees, lessons, transportation, and other expenses might add up to $10,000 per year. Given that competitive level dance lessons alone cost $50 to $200 per pair, per session, this isn't surprising. Climbing mountains. Anyone can walk a mountain for exercise or to take in the scenery. If you want to reach the top of the world's most famous summits, you'll have to open your checkbook. Hiking one of these magnificent peaks can cost thousands of dollars, including a guide, food, base camp, and oxygen. Prices vary, but reaching the summit of Mount Everest can cost a single climber $11,000 in license fees alone. Exotic animal collecting. Owning a domestic dog or cat isn't enough for some millionaires. They'd rather acquire rare and valuable animals. Unfortunately, this pastime comes at a high cost. Purchasing a cheetah cub might cost anywhere from $15,000 to $25,000. A tiger cub costs $3,200, whereas an adult tiger costs $50,000. A lion cub can cost anything from $1,500 to $15,000. Antiques collecting. You don't have to be wealthy to collect antiques, and estate and garage auctions can yield some high-value treasures. Antique collecting, on the other hand, can be an expensive hobby for the wealthy. Someone who collects handcrafted carpets, for example, might pay up to $257,000 for a 150-year-old Persian silk rug. Racing horses. Visiting a horse racing track and putting a wager does not have to be expensive. However, breeding, training, and racing your own horses in contests can be costly. According to the Jockey Club, a horse racing and breeding organization, the average cost of a racehorse in 2015 was over $65,000. When you factor in the cost of food, grooming, and lodging, the cost of this hobby skyrockets. Golfing. Anyone may swing a club in their backyard, but the world's wealthiest golfers seek out the greatest courses, and some are willing to pay a lot of money to do so. It will set you back a fair buck to join some of the world's most elite clubs. The joining cost at Trump National in Westchester, for example, ranges from $30,000 to $50,000. Art collecting. The collection of high-end art is one of the most expensive hobbies. Pablo Picasso's masterwork, Les Femmes d'Alger, which sold for $179 million to an unknown bidder in 2015, and Paul Gauguin's When Will You Marry, which sold for $300 million to Qatar museums the same year, are two of the most expensive paintings in the world. Vintage automobile collecting. The super-rich is known to collect rare and vintage automobiles. An antique collectible's price fluctuates. A 1954 Mercedes Formula One race car, for example, can cost up to $29.6 million. These are some of the hobbies, luxuries, and interests that only the rich can afford. If you liked our video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe the channel for more awesome content.